Welcome to Jackal DIY and Tech. It's been quite a while from the last update. I'm basically done with the wall. I just have some final touches or finishes. But what I want to show you is the connection for the LAN cable or the UTP cable. I have one here, so this will be an outlet. Also an outlet on the bottom, and I have one right here, and this will all be connected to I don't know if it will be this box, but it will go to the modem right here, or in this case the router. So I already made two connections, and I thought, well, this could actually be a video. So let me show you how you can wire up the connectors. One thing that you will need are pliers like this ones. In this case I have a knife for cutting. This one is for stripping. And the third one, well, I actually do not know what it does. Oh, you can also use it to strip the ends of the cable, though in this case you don't need to. And on the top, very important, are the teeth. So this crimps in the connector. Now I have a few connectors here, and I thought all of them were good. But when I took the first one, I was a little bit confused. On the outside, they all look the same. But the important thing is actually on the inside. You will see if the camera can actually pick this up. So the difference between the good one and the bad one. And let's see if I can zoom in. So I think this is the best that I can do. Now on the right side is the bad one, and the good one is on the left side. On the left side, you can see some notches or grooves. There's 8 of them, and we have 8 wires in the UTP cable. So each wire will neatly fit in, while on the right one, I have no idea how one is supposed to clamp all of the 8 wires when they can just, well, go from one side to the other, because the gap, as you can see, it's quite big. No idea where I got these connectors, but quite obviously they are not okay. Now before I do the whole build, you can see the teeth. These will be clamped with this section, so you can simply put this in all the way and then clamp this all the way as well. But first we need to put in the wires and in which direction and how do they have to be. Well, we do have 2 types, and the easiest way is to just go online, search for UTP wiring diagram, which is exactly what I've done. Now you have 2 types, type A and type B. Usually people use type B, but in case you do this at home, you can also use type A. You just have to make sure that both ends of the cable use the same type, so you don't mix the two. Now in this case, I'll be going with type B. And also how you have to position the connector, well, it's the easiest. It's like this. So this clamp is facing down. You have the opening for the cable on the bottom, and you have the pins on the top. So you then have pins from 1 on the left to 8 on the right. Now if you have a type 5 or type 5E cable, you will just have wires in pairs. This one is already loosened up. Otherwise, each pair, the colored one, so you have blue, orange, green and brown. Each wire pair a solid color and the white with a tint. So in this case, orange and white orange. It would be like so. So you have to also unwind it and straighten the wires. But as I said, you don't actually strip the ends, you leave those intact. Why I stripped the ends was to actually test the outlets, which is something like this one. This one is very easy to wire up because you actually have both types defined. So you have type A and type B, and as you can see, the only difference is, in this case, is the orange and green wires. Now when it comes to the output, it's actually the same as you saw on the pictures, because this has a PCB inside that actually switches the inputs. So in this case, you would go with, let's say, brown, blue, green, orange. So the first one would go in like so. But you do want to have straight wires and also do all of them at once. If you do them one by one like so, well, it won't be easy because you will have to bend the wires and then they can go out of place. Now this is just one example that I have on hand, but I imagine you will have something similar in your location. And now let's actually go crimp the last connector, which will be this one. So we need the tool, we need the connector, and actually we do need the cable. So let me grab the cable. Now you could take a pair of pliers and cut this off. Since I have these ones, I'll just use those. But in this case it will be a bit of a pain, because I do think I actually have to run this through the whole plastic protection. At least that is how I've done it, so I'll do it the same. So this is definitely not the recommended way, but it is possible to do. Now I'll simply squeeze this, just like that. Now I won't expose a lot of wire, just enough to get all of the wires in. Don't squeeze all the way, so don't cut the wires inside. That was enough. And as you can see, you can always pull the cable or the sleeve a little bit back. At least I can with this one. The other one that I showed you previously, that one was quite a tight fit. Then make sure you actually see the image, how this is wired up, so don't make any mistakes. So type B is the one I want. So it is brown on the right side. Then we have a solid green, followed by white and blue. Then a solid blue, white and green, orange and white. That should be it. Now just make sure that each line is in its own lane and correct lane. So now from the left side, pin 1, it's white, orange, orange. Then we should have white, green, correct. Then we have solid blue, white, blue, green, white, brown, which is the case, and brown. So the wires are okay. You can probably see the solid colors, but most likely not the white colors with accent colors. So this is done. The last step is to crimp this in place. And also, if you do use cables like this one, make sure that you don't chop off too much sleeve. So I just took off a tiny piece, maybe 1 centimeter, so that this can also crimp on to the sleeve. As you can see, this will crimp on. Otherwise, the wires may be a bit loose and they may also break if you move the cable too much. I'm not really an expert with the tool, so in this case what I have to do, let me just crimp it down again. If it doesn't want to open, I have to press and hold, then loosen this screw, and then they will open up again. And as you can see, the sleeve has been pushed down and the connections also look solid. But if I actually have connection, because I don't have a tester for the cable, I'll simply have to plug it in into one of the devices, most likely my PC, and see if it actually works. Otherwise, if you do a lot of cables yourself, I do suggest you actually get a cable tester. But if you already have a router at home, maybe the router has built-in functionality that will actually tell you what the cable quality actually is. But not all of them do, so you will have to check it out. That's it for this video. If you found it helpful and would like to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. And we'll do something else in the next one.